Support this podcast via our Patreon and get more writerly goodness. Visit patreon.com/nanocast to join up.
Welcome to NaNoWriMo Every Month. My name is J. Daniel Sawyer. I'm the author of some 20 books, 34 short stories, and numerous articles and other things, and I am your guide on this journey to use NaNoWriMo to level up to professional output levels. Welcome to The Questions, Episode 59. Today, JR asks, what are your thoughts on indie publishers limiting themselves to Amazon? The great KU debate. I hear that we should diversify, but the perks for KU are good, and the other e-reader sources look like peanuts in comparison. Well, JR, I won't lie. I know personally 3 authors who have made amazing money through KDP Select. But as should surprise none of you by this point, if you've been listening between the lines, I do not like it. And tomorrow I'll be doing a special episode that goes into some depth on the writing business and how it operates, so that you guys will be able to understand the angle I'm coming from on a lot of the business advice I give. It'll help you evaluate more of my advice and also give you sort of a grounding in intellectual property business. So, that said, there's undeniably some perks for going with KDP Select. One of them is that you can have your books checked out for free and you get paid for page views, which evidently is a gameable system and a lot of people have been ripping it off. Another perk is that you can set your book for free for the general public a few times every 90 days, and you can use that as a loss leader to attract more people to your books. Free is, in fact, the world's most reliable promotion strategy in terms of attracting new readers. It's a form of sampling, which is the only proven way to get more customers in any arts business, because arts is a taste-based business. People need to have a taste of what it is they're buying in order to figure out whether it's for them. Now, the thing is, Amazon forces you to go exclusive in order to do any of that stuff. They are the only platform on the planet that does. You can do promotions of all sorts and monkey around all you want with your prices and get into special group buys and get press behind you and other stuff through Kobo and iTunes and Draft2Digital and Smashwords without having to sign away your IP to Amazon for 90 days at a stretch. So that tells you right there that Amazon is using its market position to ask for gimmies from authors that the competition simply can't afford to do. In the long term, I do not think the Kindle Universe model is economically sustainable. Amazon's using it as a loss leader to help get people into Prime and to try to shut down competition from places like Oyster and Scribd, who are basically attempting to do a Netflix for books. The kinds of things we've seen in the last 6 months out of Oyster and Scribd demonstrate that the worst thing that can happen to a program that is set up like a Netflix for books is success. It is an economically unsustainable model, and I suspect that Amazon is going to ditch it once they have accomplished what they're trying to do with it. Either that, or it's going to remain a loss leader for them because they think they need it to pull people into Prime. I frankly don't think they need it to pull people into Prime. I think the streaming video and the free shipping is more than enough, and they're going to figure that out sooner or later. I see no good reason to go into KDP Select, or at least no good reason that outweighs the opportunity cost of being in there. The people I know who are doing well through KDP Select are people who were doing well anyway. They were people in the top 10% of the indie publishing world who were already making better than $50,000 a year off their books, and a couple of them were already making better than $15,000 a month off their books. And they went into KDP Select because they were competing for bonuses or because they thought they would be able to use the promotional tools to more quickly bootstrap new series or that sort of thing. They've done very well by it, but they are in the vast minority, and they were in the vast minority before they went to KDP Select. I don't think it's good business on principle, despite the fact that it works for some people, just like buying a lottery ticket is not a good savings plan, even though for some people it works out and they get rich, at least temporarily. I will talk in tomorrow's episode about the basic reasons underlying this business rationale. But the global reach that you get through other platforms, which is important because although Amazon is in several other countries, they are not the top dog in any of them. Kobo is the international big boy. iTunes is an international big boy. Amazon is now the big boy in India, and they're a big boy in the UK, but they're middling everywhere else. It's very possible in a global marketplace that you're going to find your first hardcore audience in another country, one that Amazon does not serve well or is not the major market player in. It's not a good idea to limit your audience pool when you've got a potential reach to the entire world. And reaching the entire world right is going to require some marketing, which I've advised against doing before you've got 10 or 20 books under your belt, because of the leverage issues, which I mentioned several issues ago. But this year is a big year for learning marketing and doing that for me, because I'm now at that point where the time investment and money investment in marketing can have those leverage effects. But again, I'll talk about that in the next episode. The other markets aren't peanuts. In the US, Amazon is the big guy, meaning that they've got 60-70% of the market. That's a lot of the market just in the U.S. you're leaving out by not being in other places. I'm talking about the ebook market. Print book market, the whole other thing, but they don't ask you to sign away print rights when you're going into KDP Select, so that's not an issue here. In other parts of the world, they've got as little as 10% of the ebook market in any given country. Are you really going to cut yourself off from all those other marketplaces, including library distribution, which you're very soon going to be able to get to through Kobo, because they just bought Overdrive, who supplies the ebook infrastructure for most of the libraries in the U.S. Are you really going to leave all of that on the table simply for a chance to compete in Amazon's bonus program? I don't think it's good business. But it is your business, and it's your business decision, and you need to do what it is that you think is going to work best for you. So that's my opinion. Take it or leave it as it seems good to you. And thank you for the question. I'll see you tomorrow. NaNoWriMo Every Month is written and presented by J. Daniel Sawyer and produced by Artistic Whispers Productions. Visit our website at nanowrimoeverymonth.com and leave a tip in the tip jar or join the Patreon to support this podcast. NaNoWriMo Every Month is copyright 2016 by J. Daniel Sawyer and Artistic Whispers Productions and is released under a Creative Commons Non-Commercial Attribution No Derivatives license.